so we always told people we're going to have more information about Season 9 of Red vs. Blue at PAX East. And so we're happy to tell you all that on April 1st, which is the anniversary of our company, we are going to be putting online the trailer for Red vs. Blue Season 9. But because we had so much fun showing the early episodes of Season 8 at PAX East last year, we thought you all would want to take an early look at the trailer. What do you think? Ready to put it up? Yeah, ready to put it up. Okay, well I just want to say that this is a mostly done version. There's still some final audio mix and maybe a couple of...
I'm gonna change my name to Monty, Jesus.
Take that mic less There you go.
He's sleeping right now.
So our approach, I should probably clarify a few things, because there's a moment when we think we're seeing Meta there, who was shot at the end of Season 8, and we actually realize there that we're seeing the incident where he was shot in the throat and lost his ability to speak, which is the character that we know. And so for Season 8 of Red vs. Blue, we were working with Monty, and the style that we had was we took the Red vs. Blue characters and we mixed them up with some funny action. But Monty does really intense, awesome action so well. And we looked at where the Halo franchise was, and because Reach was a prequel, we thought, well, this would be an awesome time to do a prequel version of the Red vs. Blue characters that we established with Project Freelancer and the characters that we know and love as well. Kind of. You might have noticed too that this thing was obviously very heavy with Monty's work, and Monty, I thought you did a tremendous job.
Thanks.
And you might have seen there at the end of the montage there, we had some of our first Reach machinima shots. So Red vs. Blue Season 9 is going to be something like we've never done before. It's going to be an awesome, hilarious continuation of the adventures of the characters we love in Blood Gulch. And it's going to be a mixture balanced that against the origin stories of the freelancers and the enemies that we've come to hate with such a passion. And so we're going to start it this summer. We'll probably have a more firm date when April 1st comes out, but we're super excited about this season, and we think it's going to be awesome, and we hope that you love it.
I will say that that up there was like just the tip of the iceberg, because, you know,
there's literally an iceberg in the season.
Well, we had an iceberg at the end of Season 8, so
yeah.
now we need, like,
this one's bigger, and Watch is going to punch
iceberg.
it.
Yeah.
Space iceberg.
Spaceberg.
Yeah.
But, and so I'm assuming that now would be a good time then to open the floor back up to Q&A again, now that we've seen the video. Whoa.
Don't fly.
Don't fight.
There's enough map pack codes for everyone. No, there's not. Fucking claw your way to the front. How many questions do we have total?
Until we're done.
We have 20 minutes left, so I think whatever we can, we're Q&A at this point on, until we're done, until they throw us out. All right, why don't we start on the right then?
Over there.
All right. Besides, obviously, the extremely difficult parts of making the 3D animation stuff, what is probably the hardest part of making an episode of Red vs. Blue?
Would that be an animated episode or just any episode?
Let's go with regular episode, because, animated I'm sure is unbelievably insanely hard.
I guess the hardest part, actually, no, this is a good comparison. I've been throwing back and forth between Bernie a lot. If you're watching the special features of Toy Story 3, Lee Unkrich in one of the features said, the hardest part about finding a story is, it's like trying to climb a mountain blindfolded. And you think, yeah, I'm blind, I can't see where the rocks are, I don't know where I am. The truth is, the hardest part about trying to climb a mountain blindfolded is just first finding the mountain. So the hardest part about anything creative, I guess, would be it's just the genesis of the idea. It's what do I do? And from there forward, you just trudge on. So I guess that would be the hardest part, especially now. It's just we're just like, all right, what do we do? We have awesome ideas, but how we fit them in.
Dude, that's really smart.
If I were you, I wouldn't have credited that story to anyone. I'd have been like, I just came up with that off the top of my head.
So first you find a mountain, and then you punch the shit out of it.
With the blindfold on.
It's like Luke in A New Hope.
And previously our mountain was Jack, but he lost all that weight, so. Oh, come on, it's Jack.
It's a happy ending.
I know, I heard it all too.
With everything that we've just seen now, are you guys now working with 343 to bring more things to the table? And what happened to RT Animated?
What? RT, what was the last
Animated.
The
RT Animated.
RBB Animated, sorry.
I'll take the second one first. RT Animated was, it gets into a long story, but we were producing a ninja cartoon, and it's very hard to explain what happened with that, but it's essentially where the promotion for the ninja cartoon got bigger than the cartoon itself. And so we were trying to find something to do with like this animation stuff we had built up. We thought, well, why don't we just make an animated version of Red vs. Blue? And so we did it, and it was enormously expensive. And we always liked it a lot. And then when we started working with Monty, who we'd actually been trying to work with before we started RVB Animated, once we started working with him and started seeing that stuff, this is way more in line with who we are. I mean, we like this stuff a lot more than the animated stuff, even though we like the animated stuff a lot. And so we really don't have any plans to make any more of the hand-drawn animated stuff. Probably for the main reason is we just don't do it. I mean, we have nothing to do with that. We write the scripts, we send off sound, and then it comes back. We're much more hands-on than that, you know? If we ended up hiring some animators, then maybe, so.
It's also a really slow pace for us. You know,
yeah,
we like coming up with an idea and being able to bang out a rough in a very long night if we have to, and go from there. And sitting around and waiting for animation to come back for a month from Korea or wherever is kind of maddening.
Yes, it was Florida, by the way. I don't know where he got Korea from.
It's all the same to him.
Korea, Florida.
This is the same guy who thought that Shanghai CN was in Canada when his laptop was shipped from there.
Connecticut. His Apple laptop was shipping from Shanghai, Connecticut. And then your first question was about 343?
Yeah, whether you guys are now working with 343 to bring more to the table. I mean, with everything that we've just seen now, it seems that you would probably be working with them, because that's a lot of extra stuff that doesn't look like it's in the infrastructure of the games themselves.
Well, I mean, for us, it's been kind of a seamless process. I mean, we haven't seen, you know, much of a change at all. It's like the way we deal with Halo and just our process by doing it, and you know who we talk to. None of that's changed. It's been, you know, pretty much the same. I mean, we even still talk to Bungie here and there, but yeah, nothing has really changed there at all. It's been very, very seamless.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of the Drunk Tank podcast, and
Thank you.
I especially like episode 100, the video podcast. I know you have the hardware now. You guys gonna make some more of them?
We're hoping to do one right after PAX East.
Yeah.
Bravo, Gus. Bravo.
Thanks.
What was that?
I said bravo, Gus.
Bravo. I've got a... Did you all enjoy the videos off of my brand new laptop? It worked really well, didn't it? It would have been really weird having to play it off my computer in Austin.
Is that Thunderbolt?
It's a Thunderbolt.
That's Thunderbolt. Why don't both of you just shut up? Hey, I want to take a second. Jeff, would you mind coming up here? So this is Jeff Williams, who, if you've ever listened to... Can you get a chair for Jeff up here? Okay. So if you've ever listened to Trocadero, Jeff is one of the members of Trocadero, and Jeff provided all the music that you heard. That's all original compositions by Jeff. And Jeff is a Boston local. We were literally gluing in some of the last music effects. So Jeff, welcome to the panel.
Oh, thanks.
All right, next question. In the new Red vs. Blue episode you just showed us, well, the trailer, it looked like there was a lot of stuff that Monty did, like for all the new environments. Did you have to texture them, Monty, yourself and map them out, or do you have someone helping you?
I do it. But it's not as hard as it sounds. I just go into Forge or theater mode, and like there's a wall, and I take a picture of it, and then I just put it on a wall. Sometimes it's not even a full room. Sometimes it's just 2 walls, and I just don't show what's on the other side.
I'm not nearly as impressed with you now.
And Bernie, would you post a link to your live stream private washroom cam online for everyone on Rooster Teeth to watch?
You know what, you're saying aw, but you would click the link. I know I would. Obviously, so you're not a sponsor on our website, otherwise you would already have access to that. It's one of the benefits. Yeah, but for the question about the environment, it's really cool. Like you might have noticed, Anchor 9 is there. We used a lot of Anchor 9, and then mixed up with some other things. And we took a look at the Defiant map pack. We got an early look at what certain.
one of these?
You can have one, Monty. Yes, yeah. Certain Affinity is the group that's putting this together. They are incredible. And Monty didn't get to go with us the day we shot a video, which will be out on Monday, right, Jack? Monday. Yeah, the video goes up on Monday where we're going to do fly-throughs of all the 3 new levels, but they are freaking awesome, especially for what we do, but they're great for matchmaking too.
Was there a defining moment when you realized that Red vs. Blue was a huge success, you've all become internet celebrities, and you could quit your jobs and just do this for a living?
Gus quit his job actually like 3 months before the first episode came out, just in case.
For me, the weirdest moment, like the moment when I realized that it had really clicked was, like we'd been doing it for a while at this point, but it was weird. They had all been on the internet and no real physical connection with people. And we got invited to go to a convention in Florida called DreamCon. It doesn't exist anymore. But we were invited to go out as guests, so we thought, well, that's weird. I guess we'll go. What are we going to do? They said, oh, well, you'll have a panel. You get to talk to the people. They were like, okay. And then Jeff and I were like, should we take like some shirts or something?
Also, what the fuck are we going to talk about?
Yeah, it's like, what are we going to talk about? Should we take like shirts if anyone wants to buy one? We just started the online store. I was like, yeah, I'll bring an extra check bag, and we'll just throw some shirts in there. And we went into this room, and it was a tiny room, probably held 50 people, but it was filled to the max. And there were like people lined up outside the door trying to squeeze in. And so we'd like talk for like an hour doing a panel. And then we were like, if anyone wants a shirt, I brought some in my suitcase, we'll be out in the hall. So we walked out to the hall to sell shirts out of my suitcase, and there was a line like going down the hotel, like wrapping around the hallway. And I thought, holy shit, people really like this.
Can I tell you a funny aside from that event? That event, we were the guests, all of the girls from Buffy the Vampire Slayer who weren't Sarah Michelle Gellar, and Ron Perlman, because Hellboy had just come out.
No, it was before Hellboy, wasn't
right as it was coming out, and we got caught on an elevator with a drunk Ron Perlman. Dude, that guy gets drunk. And he hit on every non-Sarah Michelle Gellar Buffy character for relentlessly. I don't know the words out for him, allegedly. It was very entertaining to watch. Salt of the Earth, great people, love him to death.
So on behalf of all your fans, I just want to say thank you.
Thank
you guys
you.
are awesome.
I think you pretty much nailed it, though. I mean, it was really, when you asked what was the moment when we got to quit our jobs, we got to realize that quitting the job was probably the moment. Even though we all had jobs that we liked, it was very, very cool to think, wow, we're going to get to do this every single day for a living, and we cannot thank you guys enough for allowing us to do that. It means a ton.